Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. First of all, I would like to introduce our Burmese Canadian YouTube channel is giving information to people who want to come to Canada and they can settle here, So, can you talk about your background and where you're from and what are you doing in Canada, something like that?
Okay. I'm Adrian. I'm from Philippines and I came here in Canada way back March 2016 and as a nanny taking care of children which is one of the programs the Canadian government offered for the foreigners.
So you came here with a Nanny Visa?
Yes, it's a work permit.
Okay, so how did you do that? Did you do it from agency or you do it by yourself?
Yes, I worked in Hong Kong before, and in Hong Kong there's an agency that offers domestic helpers to come to Canada, which the domestic helpers have to comply the requirements, and I passed the entire process.
So you came from Hong Kong? The Hong Kong government?
Yes.
It's a government?
I worked in Hong Kong before and I able to apply for the work permit coming here in Canada.
Oh, okay. So you're not coming here by agency?
It's an agency.
Agency, right? So how much do you pay for agency fee?
Around from my pocket it's around 4,000 Canadian dollar.
4,000 Canadian dollars?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to pay 4,000 from your pocket. So do you think it is very worthwhile or?
Yes, it's worthwhile. You really
so you can make it with 1 year or 1 month?
Actually, if you got a lot of expenses, then you have to wait around 2 years to pay all the debts, and you just have to be wise on managing your money. So I able to pay for that debt around less than a year.
So your agents are based in Hong Kong, right?
Yes, there's an agency in Hong Kong and there's an agency here in Canada.
Oh, okay. So you just 4,000 for 2 agents?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So how long have you been in Canada? Yeah, you just say 2016, so 6 years.
Yes, six years.
So what do you mind if I ask you your background, education background in your back country in Philippines?
Okay, I'm a physical therapist in Philippines. I worked there for more than 6 years and in a rehabilitation center. It's a non-government organization, half government, half private, and I decided to find a green pasture outside my country because due to financial needs.
Working in hospital right now?
Yes, I'm working in a hospital
Okay.
in a long-term care. Here in Canada, I had plan of upgrading myself to be a physical therapist maybe, or a massage therapist someday. And I think I able to do that just to follow the Canadian system, the educational system here in Canada.
If you want to work in Canada as a physiotherapist, can you work?
You have to challenge the educational system here in Canada, and you have to comply all the requirements such as the English proficiency, and you have to assess all your credentials from your country, and you must have I think 3 years to 5 year experience in your home country, and just comply all the requirements and
You
pass
just
the exam here.
search in Google.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know how much you can get as a physiotherapist in Canada?
As I have learned, the rate of a physiotherapist here in Canada, it's between 45 to $55 per hour. And
For 1 hour?
yes, per hour. And as a massage therapist, which is my first option, it's around $120 per hour. So I think I'm going to pursue the massage therapy course, which
So
has a better compensation.
Can you a little bit explain about how you can become massage therapist?
Yes, you just have to search for a local school here in like here in Vancouver. Just look or search through Google massage therapy course in Vancouver, Canada. Or if you want to,
So you have to study from the beginning.
yes, I've asked one of the schools here. They said that my credentials in my country, like anatomy, physiology, pathophysiology, I have to go back, but the advantage is that I have a knowledge on those subjects already, so easier for me to understand the course.
So, do you think you can carry your education background to become a physiotherapist? No, massage therapist.
Yeah, I think I can. I think I can manage or bring my knowledge since it's a stored knowledge, so it's easier for me to understand the whole course. So I think I will.
Oh, just you mean just knowledge, right? No,
Yes,
no credential.
not the credentials,
right?
but
Okay.
if I'm going to be a physiotherapist here in Canada, since my credential says that here in Canada it's a physical therapy assistant, and if I'm going to challenge the education system here in Canada, I have to go back to school as a physical therapist, and it's gonna add 2 or 3 years. It depends on my credentials, the assessment of my credentials. Yeah, and I have to pay a lot of money too.
How much? How much for the schools?
I think it's, let's say, 10,000 or more than that, 10 to 20,000.
To become a physiotherapist.
Yes.
What about massage therapy?
Massage therapy, which has a higher compensation because it's $120 per hour, it's gonna cost me 30,000 for the whole course.
Oh, as a permanent resident, right? Not as an international students.
No, it's
No.
a domestic.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you a permanent resident now?
Yes, I am a permanent resident.
Okay. How do you begin a permanent resident?
You have, as I came here in Canada having a work permit, and I have to comply the 2-year requirement prior applying for permanent residency. And if you traveled going out from Canada, you have to extend the duration of your stay. So let's say you arrive here on March 1, 2016, and 2 years after that, it's March 1, 2018. But within that, you went out for, let's say, a month. So you have to extend the March 2018 to April 2018, and then you can apply for permanent residency, which you have to gather all the documents that the Canadian government want you to send for the application.
So, do you need to be do you need to work for only one employer for 2 years?
In my
Because-
experience,
yeah.
yes, it's my experience. I had worked 3 employers due to the reasons that because I work in Montreal before when I came here in Canada, and I can't bear the weather there, and it made my whole body aches. That's why I decided to come in Vancouver. And when I arrived here, I applied for another work permit for a different employer. So it's okay to have more than one employer. You just have to comply the 2-year requirement prior applying for permanent residency, and within that in that 2 years you must pay your taxes, because the Canadian government have to calculate the number of months and days that you work.
So it is okay. You can change your employer
Yes,
as a Nanny Visa.
yes.
Oh, okay.
But you cannot, when you arrive here in Canada as a nanny, you have to follow the rules that you must be a nanny too. Well,
for
it's
3
ju-
years.
for 2 years.
For 2 years. Okay.
Yes, for 24 months. But I think you just have to read the immigration website, which is the cic.gc.ca, which I think Canada gives you an opportunity to change employers, because it always changes their rules,
So
their
you-
protocols.
For the permanent resident, you applying by yourself.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to physiotherapy, what is the job? You know, what is their job to do as a physiotherapy? Can you explain a little bit? Because some students they don't know what is a physiotherapist. Yeah.
According to my experience, my patients are had a traumatic brain injury, which or they have cerebrovascular accident or stroke, or some had cerebral palsy. Some others have muscular dystrophy, which part of the body cannot or doesn't function well. So as a physiotherapist, we help them to make their part of the body function and not to be atrophied, or we help the person to come back or be on his the most healthy situation. Yeah.
Okay. If someone want to be a physiotherapist, do you want to give the suggestion to them?
If you want to be a physiotherapist or a massage therapist, or you want to be a care aide or a nurse, or any job you want, just do what your heart wants you to be. Like, what is your passion? Because whatever makes you feel happy, just go for it. You'll never go wrong.
Okay. One more question. When you come to Canada, you arrive to Montreal. You live in Montreal.
Mhm.
Can you tell me how is your experience in Montreal?
Montreal has a very beautiful architectural buildings there, and you can feel like you're in a country within a country because people there are French speaking. The buildings there are very beautiful. Oh, the cathedral, the basilica, it's so beautiful, and wonderful people. I arrived in Montreal March 2016, and I'm a nanny
Which
there.
is winter. Which is
Yes,
winter, yeah.
it's so winter, and if it's winter, it's super cold, and if it's summer, it's super hot and it's so humid. That's why when I visited here in Vancouver, I said I have to go west because it's Vancouver is facing Pacific Ocean, and winter here it's bearable. Yes.
Okay, within 6 years, have you ever visited to your country?
Yes, I did.
How many times?
Twice. I visited home. I came home when my eldest daughter got married, and I went back home again to get my youngest daughter to be here with me in Canada.
So, are you happy in Vancouver now?
Yes, so much happy. So much happy, and the weather here, it's so beautiful.
Do you have any challenging in here in Vancouver as well?
Oh, there's a lot of challenges everywhere. There's challenges, and it just you must have a right mindset, because challenges makes our lives colorful and beautiful.
Do you have any memory when you come to Canada, be from Philippines or from Hong Kong?
Wherever my feet brings me, it's a home for me. That's it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you.
ကနေဒါနိုင်ငံအပါအဝင်ခြားနိုင်ငံရပ်ခြားကိုတောင်းရွှေ့အခြေချဖို့အတွက်စိတ်ဝင်စားတဲ့ immigration နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့သတင်းတွေကိုသိချင်တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ YouTube ဖြစ်တဲ့ Burmese Canadian by GFN YouTube page ကို subscribe လုပ်ထားပေးပါနော်အသစ်တင်တိုင်းသိရအောင်လို့ခေါင်းလောင်းပုံစံ notification တွေယူထားပေးပါအခုလိုနားထောင်ပေးတာကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာကျွန်တော်တို့ Burmese Canadian page က immigration lawyer immigration consultant လုပ်ကိုင် agency မဟုတ်ပါဘူးကနေဒါနိုင်ငံမှာ immigration နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးအဖို့ခယူပြီးတော့အကြံဉာဏ်ပေးခြင်းနဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဆိုရစီမှာတရားဝင် register လုပ်ရပါတယ်အဲ့လိုမှမဟုတ်ရင်တရားမဝင်ပါဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့ကတော့ဒါတကယ်ချင်းတွေကစိတ်ဝင်စားနဲ့မေးမြန်းလာကြတဲ့အတွက် information တက်ပေးခြင်းသာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဥပဒေနဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့အကြံဉာဏ်ပေးခြင်း immigration နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့အကြံဉာဏ်ပေးခြင်းမရှိပါဘူးခင်ဗျာ